afternoon. It's May 21st, 2026. My name is Eric, and I'm going to be posting a real-time Google review for Dentatur Antalya. It's a dental clinic in Turkey where I had my teeth done in 2024. Basically, about a year and a half ago, I came back after having my final teeth fitted after getting all on 8 top and bottom, and I started to have a lot of issues due to the work I had done as well as issues communicating with the clinic. I started posting about this on medium.com, and I started getting a lot of replies that I should have done more research, something which at this point I think is basically impossible to do adequately for getting dental work done abroad. Unfortunately, I think the review ecosystem is completely gamed by the clinics. It's impossible to tell real reviews from fake reviews. And if you're considering getting your teeth done abroad, be very careful. I'm going to walk you through my experience. I'm going to show you how to post a review as well. And I'll show you a bunch of photos of what my teeth actually look like up close. So, I was going to post on Trustpilot, and of course they only allow you to post up to a year after you've had a procedure done, which I think is crazy given the fact that you pay to have your teeth done. You're expecting at least a few good years out of it, ideally the rest of your life, and issues don't often show up until after a year, but it is what it is. I can't post on Trustpilot, but luckily Google still allows you to post after a year. So, I'm going to walk you through posting your Google review. Here we go. So you Google the clinic you're looking for. It's by location. Dentatur has more than one location, so this is the Antalya clinic. Here they are. Here's their profile. They've got nearly 1,000 reviews, almost all of them 5 stars. I suspect very few of them are honest. I've also noticed that almost none of the reviews have photos except for the 5-star reviews, so I think that the clinics pull strings to get the reviews that are not flattering removed, especially when they contain graphic photos like mine is going to. Anyway, starting my review here, clicking write a review. I've got my text already copied to my thing, pasting it in. So, starting off, how many stars? 1. I'd give half a star if I could, 1/10 of a star if it were possible, going with 1 star. I'm going to read through the entirety of my text before I post, then I'll be adding the photos. So, currently, I believe the limit to Google review text content is 4,096 characters. I've got mine pre-written here, just going through it. I had an all-on-8 procedure at Dentatur Antalya in 2024, with extractions and implant placements occurring in March and final teeth installation in September. During my initial in-person consultation, staff physically placed zirconia bridge samples in my hand. Flush gum-level designs identical to those displayed in the waiting room and featured across the clinic's website, marketing materials, waiting room video, and WhatsApp communications. This is what I had researched before traveling to Turkey, what I expected to receive, and what I believed I was consenting to. I was told these prostheses could be maintained with regular brushing and water flossing and would not require regular removal by a dentist to properly clean. The final prostheses I were given were hybrid denture-style bridges with large pink flanges extending well over the gums on both arches. When I asked why I had been given a design so different from what I had been shown, I was told the final decision was at the surgeon's discretion based on the clinical findings at the time of the procedure, something never disclosed beforehand. At no point was I informed I might receive a different style of restoration from the one I had been shown, nor of the increased risks associated with the design due to the hygiene difficulties inherent in physically obstructing access to the gum prosthesis junction. Within months of returning home, I started experiencing gum recession and inflammation. My dentist confirmed that bone contouring had not been performed or had been performed only minimally, a step that may have contributed to the need for a flanged /saddle design, making cleaning access using standard cleaning tools nearly impossible. When I asked the clinic why I had been prepped for and given this design, I was told the clinic does not perform non-medically necessary bone reduction, something not mentioned during consultation. Beyond my final teeth being practically impossible to adequately clean myself, the flanges and food buildup cause constant inflammation and discomfort. The flange design also results in a visibly obvious gum prosthesis junction on my lower jaw when I smile or speak, leaving me with a smile I am still self-conscious about despite having spent so much money and having gone through such an involved procedure to get it. Multiple specialists have confirmed my prostheses will require complete removal multiple times a year for adequate maintenance, at significant cost and causing wear and tear on the implants themselves each time they are unscrewed and retightened. Camera examinations have repeatedly revealed the yellow biofilm and food buildup on the underside of both arches, despite diligently following all care instructions. As my issues began to mount, I reached out to the clinic and requested my patient file to pass along to my dentist. Upon going through it, I noticed there were no notes documenting any clinical findings that would have necessitated the change from flush gum level bridges to hybrid denture-style prostheses, leaving me to wonder whether there were any expected findings at all. I am currently at about the 1.5-year mark after having my final teeth fitted. 5 of my 16 implants have exposed abutments. A food-trapping ledge has formed behind my lower teeth. I have bony spikes on both jaws, and 2 implants on the lower right show fenestration, a condition where the implant perforates through the bone wall, often associated with implants not centered properly within the bone during placement. My specialist considers this outcome likely to require revision surgery and warns of possible implant failure within a few years. Had I been shown prostheses anything like what I eventually ended up with, I would have never consented to the procedure. I strongly advise against choosing Dentatur Antalya if you are seeking hygienic, easy-to-maintain teeth. Okay, that was a lot to read through. I'm going to add my photos now. So before I do that, I'm just going to show them on video here, one at a time. My apologies. The close-up photos can be a little gross, a little graphic. Consider this a warning if you want to skip ahead. Here we go. Number 1, this is my smile. So because they did not remove much or any bone on the lower jaw, essentially the line between my prostheses and my gums is very obvious when I smile or talk. I've kind of learned since coming home to do the Joker smile, where I just show the upper teeth, but it's plainly ridiculous. If you're considering getting your teeth done for all on 8, all on 4, all on 6, I hope you get something that looks less ridiculous than this. Moving along, so these are going to get progressively more graphic as we go. This is my highly visible implant showing above the gum, above the fake gum when I pull back my lips. So essentially, the prostheses I got have a large flanged / saddle design rather than sitting flush with the gums. They sit over the gums, they essentially cup your gums, and the ridges both rub on my inner lip as I talk and eat, as well as catch just a whole bunch of food. And you can see the implants themselves are now quite visible due to gum recession. I do my best to keep my teeth clean. I brush, I use the water pick, I floss, which is very difficult to do. And this is the best that I can do right now. So this is the current result, 1.5 years in. Moving on, basically this is the other side. So again, a very large flange covering most of the gum. Despite the fact that these sit so high over my gums, even at this point you can see the implant being visible. So it's got me quite worried. It's only been about 1.5 years. Moving along, the next one is kind of a frontal view from below. So again, getting more graphic. My wife helped me take these photos, so I have a lip retractor that I bought on Amazon. It's like what the dentist uses to get your lips out of the way. These are the kind of photos they don't show you on the marketing websites. From below, you can see several of my implants quite clearly visible, the post. On the side here, you see the metal poking through. Rather than recession, which is here, this is fenestration, something my dentist told me about. Basically, it's where the bone opens up rather than receding, and it's often caused by essentially improperly placed implants. So fenestration happening here. It's actually happening to the 2 implants. It's not easy to see, but I have 2 implants placed very close together here, and the fenestration is quite worrying. It's very sensitive when I brush or floss because of course it is. It's friggin' exposed. I'm going to move along here. So the next photo is pretty similar. Oh, sorry, not this one. This is the lower teeth. So you can see the screw holes, which again, didn't quite expect, and I wouldn't be so worried about the screw holes being visible. The real issue is that behind the front teeth, there's the ledge, which is quite ledgy. It catches a lot of food. It's my tongue is always feeling it. It's really gross. Because they did not remove much, if any, bone, In order to make the teeth stronger, they had to make them wider. So the taller the teeth are, the stronger they are. And if they can't go for tall because the bone's in the way, they make them wider. Something, again, I did not expect. I did not expect the clinic would not remove any bone. And this is very standard from the people I've talked to who've got their teeth done in Turkey for all on 4, all on 6, all on 8. Moving on to the next photo, so frontal view again. Getting grosser as we go. This is the biofilm, or the buildup below my teeth. So this one was taken by my wife. I had flossed, water picked, and brushed my teeth before this. This is really gross. I likely have basically just as much here right now as I speak, despite the fact that I brushed my teeth and flossed this morning. As well, there's probably just as much above the upper teeth. It's just harder to see because of the larger ridges. I think about this a lot. It's quite disturbing to walk around feeling like you've got this in your mouth and you can't do anything about it. Moving on. So, slightly different view. You can see the very large ledge here sticking over the gum. Ledge, saddle, I've heard it described several ways. Same thing here. So there's buildup all underneath these because they have a concave bottom. My gum is here. The denture sits above it rather than sitting flat where I could easily clean it. This is not what I expected. This is not what I had been shown. And if you're going to get this done, I really hope you don't end up with something like this. Just moving on to picture number 8. So slightly different view. Again, fenestration over here. All the buildup under here, including on this side. You can see it from this angle. It took a lot to get these photos, but I have been trying to document everything. So I think this is important to share. Next photo is number 9. You're allowed to publish up to 10 for a Google review. So again, all the crap under the front teeth, including under the side here. There's a large cutout here, which, yeah, I don't know. These large flanges, as well as being impossible to clean underneath, they constantly rub my inner lip. So I'm actually getting kind of dry mouth talking here. Again, nothing I was expecting. It looks nothing like what I had been shown. Getting to the last image here. So this is by far the grossest. This is taken by a specialist I went to with a special little camera to get up underneath the bottom teeth. If you're going to pause, now would be the time. This is really gross. So, extreme close-up. This, again, was in the morning after I had brushed, flossed, and water picked. Extremely close-up, and I think about the fact that this is there all the time. It's quite haunting, honestly. That's it. I'm going to get that off the screen. So, proceeding with the review, I'm going to add my photos here. I don't want to choose from Google Photos. I want to upload. Apologies for the lagginess. Okay, 10 photos. I've got them all organized here. Select all. Take a second here. You get the little previews, the thumbnails. Should show right below my text. Yep. So, top to bottom, star review, bunch of text, and then your photos. I'm going to publish this now. And I'm going to take this video and edit it and get it up on YouTube. And anytime there is an update, I get taken down, I get a whole bunch of new 5-star reviews published above me, I'll be making a new video about this as well. Posting. Not sure what happened there. Yay, I earned 15 points. Isn't that amazing? Wow, some consolation for getting a mouthful of ridiculous porcelain. Thank you, Google. Anyway, apparently I'm done. Let's see if that goes live. Sort by newest. There I am. That wonderful Joker smile showing right there on top. This is going to be interesting to see the replies. I bet this will probably be taken down before the YouTube video is up, but we'll see. Thanks for checking me out. Subscribe if you want to see more how this unfolds. If you're considering getting your teeth done in Turkey, please be very, very, very careful. That's all I can say. Good luck.